Sorry about the delay. Yes, so the month starts, we start offering the candles from tomorrow, and everything begins. Such a wonderful month, and even Prabhu thought it'd be nice to prepare our consciousness, just get ourselves ready for the wonderful Kartik month. So we'll try and speak a little bit about that today. Just 1 second. I've lost my control of the slides, so I'm just trying to figure out what happened there. Okay, here it is. Yeah, okay. All right, so the month starts 31st October tomorrow, and it finishes 30th of November. Month of Kartik is the holiest month. So the main, the pastime that we celebrate during this month is the Damodar pastime. Dam and Udar. Damodar is made up of these two words, Dama and Udar. Dam means a rope, and Udar means a belly. So the Damodar, the name of Lord, as we know, the Lord has thousands of names, and all of these names are either related to his activities or his place of living or his relations. So like that. So this one is Damodar. So this is related to this pastime about him tied around the belly by the rope of Mother Yashoda. So everybody knows this pastime. Of course, we've heard it thousands of times. But the beauty about the Lord's pastimes is, especially such lovely, sweet pastimes, is that no matter how many times we hear it, we still love to hear it again and again. So we will try and remember all the details of the pastimes. So one fine morning, Mother Yashoda wakes up and she starts gets busy in her normal duties. She's doing all the normal chores around the house, and then one thing she has to do every morning is boil the milk. Here in this country, of course, we have now pasteurized milk, and we just take it straight from the carton and drink it or use it. But I remember also growing up in Uganda, we used to have our milk delivered by the milkman. He would come in his bicycle with a big churn. What do you call it? Probably with a big like a tank, and he would then give us milk by the scoop. And then that milk, of course, is not pasteurized, so then my mom would boil it before we could use it. So Mother Yashoda was boiling this milk. Now, this milk is not just any ordinary milk. It is explained that Mother Yashoda, of course, Nanda Baba had 100,000 cows, as we know. But out of those hundreds of thousands of cows, Mother Yashoda would select the topmost, the best milk-giving cows. And then that milk for Lord Krishna is taken from those best cows. As it is, all the cows in Golok Vrindavan are all amazing. But out of even those amazing ones, Mother Yashoda would have selected the topmost cows who give the best milk. And then that is the milk that was on the boil. So in the meantime, Lord Krishna wakes up and he's walking towards Mother Yashoda. So she would, as usual, she would grab him, give him a hug, and put him on her lap and start feeding him. So whilst this is going on, Lord Krishna is lying on the lap of Mother Yashoda, relishing the milk. But suddenly, Mother Yashoda notices that the milk that she's put on the stove for boiling is about to overflow. So natural instinct, she wants to say that, of course, first of all, it's very valuable milk and it's for Krishna, so I don't want to waste it. So just out of pure instinct, she just puts Krishna down and runs to save the milk. So that activity really, really upsets Krishna. Lord Krishna, young baby, got really mad. And he's thinking, for my mom, that milk is more important than me. She just completely abandoned me and just wanted to save that milk. How dare she? And with this, he also got angry. As we know, he was very moody, very mischievous as well. But in this case, it was like an anger mood. And he goes into the storeroom where all the milk pots, all the yogurt, churned yogurt pots are hanging. And he just goes and takes a stick and smashes, just in anger, he smashes all the pots. So Mother Yashoda, in the meantime, after she's sorted out the milk, she comes back to where Krishna was supposed to be, and he's not there. And then she follows, looking for him. If she finds him there, no, she goes into the storeroom and she finds that all the yogurt's now on the floor, everything's all over the place, all the pots are broken. But then she can follow the footsteps, because from the yogurt which is on the floor, there are tiny, lovely footsteps of Lord Krishna, baby Krishna. So she follows the footsteps and finds Krishna. And she is very angry. And Lord Krishna can see the anger in her eyes. And he starts to run away. So Mother Yashoda picks up the stick and she starts running after the Lord. And this is going on for a little while. But then the Lord slows down and lets Mother Yashoda catch him. Actually, who can catch the Lord? Nobody can catch the Lord. But he allows Mother Yashoda to catch him. Mother Yashoda catches him, chastises him, and as a punishment, she wants to tie him around this mortar. You can see in this picture, there's a grinding mortar behind him. And so she takes a long piece of rope and she puts it around the motor and then around his belly. And then she should try to tie it. But as it happens, the string just is too short. It says 2 fingers too short. So she goes and finds some more rope, ties it up, makes it a little longer. Same thing again. So this keeps happening. She ran out of all the rope she had in the house. She goes out to the neighbors to borrow some more rope. And all the other ropes put together, every time it goes around, as it comes in front of the belly, 2 fingers too short. So then, by this Mother Yashoda, by this time she is getting flustered. It is explained in the Shastra that her hair is coming loose, the flowers are falling off. She's just being sort of quite frustrated. And then in the end, Krishna, by his mercy, allows the rope to be tied. So here, 2 things. Number 1, the Lord cannot be tied by our will. The Lord cannot be tied even if we have the rope from the whole universe. That's number 1. But by the mercy of the Lord, he will allow us to tie. By the love, by seeing Mother Yashoda so frustrated, felt compassion for her. So he allowed. So the rope was tied on the belly. Actually, not the rope. It was the love of Mother Yashoda that has tied Krishna around the belly. So nice, interesting pastime here. Then the pastime goes on that Mother Yashoda then goes on to do her other daily routine work and everything. And Lord Krishna is tied to that mortar. That mortar is actually bigger than him, but he's of course the Supreme Lord. He's so strong that he doesn't want to. Anyway, a normal child cannot stay in one place for too long. Krishna was quite nutcut, so he didn't want to stay in one place. So he somehow manages to roll the mortar, let it fall on its side, and then started to crawl with it. So he would crawl, and the mortar would crawl behind him. And in the courtyard of Nanda Baba, there were 2 huge trees. These are Arjuna trees, and it is said that Lord Krishna goes in between these 2 trees. But as the mortar is coming behind him, the mortar gets stuck on the trees. And these are massive trees. And all this has been witnessed by his friends. His friends are teasing him, oh, your mother tied you. You know how the kids would go. And so he's trying to, now they say, now you're stuck, you can't even move forward. But Krishna just gives it a tug, one strong tug, and little baby Krishna pulls those 2 huge Arjuna trees down. So who were these two? What was the significance of these two trees? Everybody knows, but can somebody unmute and say?
They were cursed by Narada, Nalakira, Maragriva.
Kuvera and
Nalakuvera, Maragriva.
Manigriva.
Manigriva.
Yeah, they were cursed by Narad Muni.
Yes. So Bhagavati Mataji, maybe just in short, maybe you can tell that pastime.
If I remember much about it. I don't remember much about that, but I think they were from the Rakshasa or something like that. And they were roaming with, naked and, abusing women and all that. And that's what Narada Muni didn't like. Am I right?
They were sons of Kuvera.
Yeah.
Right? They were sons of Kuvera.
And Manigriva, yeah.
Maybe
They were bathing in the water.
Water, yeah.
Naked. So
okay.
Narada Muni saw that. Then he didn't like that. Then he cursed them.
That's why. So then he cursed that they will become trees on the Earth planet.
Yeah.
But when they begged, but once then they came into sin because they were actually intoxicated in the water. They were playing around in the water with other friends and also other ladies, and this is why they were not respectful of Narada. The ladies covered themselves, but these two were standing there just boldly, not caring. And Narada Muni then got angry and cursed them. And once they came to their senses, they really sort of offered their obeisance. They said, please, don't curse. Okay, fine. Then it happens quite a lot. Whenever somebody curses, the curse cannot be reversed. Once it's spoken from the lips of a saintly person, the curse will definitely come true. But then what the saintly people do is they give another boon, like a thing, to say that, okay, fine, although you go through this, but this will happen, which will be nice. So the boon here, what was the boon here?
To become Arjuna trees. To become Arjuna trees.
That was the curse. The curse was to become Arjuna trees and stand there for thousands of years. But the boon was,
the boon was to become Arjuna trees in Nand Maharaja's courtyard.
Yeah, but
and be delivered by Krishna.
Yes, Rupa Mataji. That was the boon was, the curse was to become trees. But then the boon was that you will be delivered by no other than the Supreme Lord himself. So this was the boon. So this is the sort of Damodar pastime, such a beautiful, sweet pastime that we celebrate during this wonderful month of Kartik. And most of our festivals, even Janmashtami, we celebrate Janmashtami on one day, or maybe over 2 days, because we do on near a Sunday, for example, right, in the manner. So it will be just one day, and Sunday is just the convenience of people who can't make it during the weekday kind of thing. So maximum 2 days. All the other festivals, Diwali, whatever festivals you can think of, Holi, Diwali, any major festival, Dashera, whatever, it's 1 day. Here's this one festival which goes on for the whole month. Such a special festival. Every day we celebrate the Damodar pastime. Every day we offer a lamb to the Lord Krishna. So it's a festival that lasts a month long. So glories of the Damodar month. We can now look at some of the glories and what we're supposed to do in the Damodar month. So this is the festival of offering lambs to Lord Krishna. Right? Every day, morning and evening, at the temple, they will offer lambs. So at home also, we should, if you have a nice deity form of Mother Yashoda and Damodar, which a lot of people have, because I know a few years ago the manna for Diwali they had done, or maybe actually it was actually not Diwali, but for Janmashtami, anybody who donated Lakshmi up to a certain amount, then they would give that beautiful Damodar and Yashoda Murti. If you don't have the Murti, you can put a photo of Damodar and Yashoda and offer a lamp. preferably a ghee lamp if you're at home. Sometimes at the temple, because of the convenience and also because of sometimes safety, because ghee lamps are not so easy to control. Sometimes they can cause accidents and fires, and there've been some instances like this. So at the manor they would have candles. But anyway, a lamp to offer to the Lord. So as we just discussed, yeah, this is glorifying this particular pastime of Mother Yashoda tying. You can see here his friends are watching. Also, some of the ladies are watching when the finger is too short. Now, can somebody tell me what is the significance of this rope being 2 fingers too short? What do the two fingers represent?
Mercy and endeavor.
Krishna's
Krishna's
effort
mercy
and
and
our own desire, Krishna's mercy.
endeavor.
Mercy
can
and
only-
endeavor.
He can only be worshipped by love to Krishna.
Exactly. So it is mercy. So endeavor, first of all, endeavor.
Endeavor and
Mercy. So basically, it is explained that first of all, in any spiritual progress we want to make, we need to make the endeavor. We can't just sit and say, oh yeah, like many people let you go to and say, talk about Krishna consciousness, please come to the temple, this. They say, yeah, we believe in God, that's okay, we believe we are fine at home kind of thing. But no, you need to make some endeavor. You need to get involved. You need to come and listen to the Shastras, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. You need to come and do some service, physical service to the Lord. So some endeavor has to be on our part. But then endeavor alone is not enough. Here, Mother Yashoda was making all the endeavors to try and tie him. But until the mercy of Krishna happened, that endeavor, her activity was not complete. Similarly for us, so we need to do the endeavor, but we also need the mercy of the Lord and mercy of the devotees, senior devotees, so that our endeavors, our whatever activity we're trying to perform is successful. So it's the most glorious of all months. We just went through Purushottam month, and that of course is even more glorious than Kartik, but that only happens every 2.5, 3 years. But Kartik happens every year. And so of all the regular months, it is the most glorious. It's most purifying. So all the activities you do, any spiritual activities we do in this month purifies the core of our heart, which is full of dirt accumulated from lifetimes upon lifetimes. Most purifying. This particular month is particularly dear to Krishna. Krishna, sometimes people ask why so special, why? But Krishna actually is very benevolent in this mood. He's in a very benevolent mood. He wants to give. Krishna is of course always benevolent, but in this month he's particularly more benevolent. This month is full of Bhakta Vatsalya. His mood is Bhakta Vatsalya, because again, carrying on from the mood of giving, benevolent. He wants to, you take one step. Normally they say you take one step, he'll take 10 steps towards you. But here in the month of Kartik, you take one step, he will take 1,000 steps towards you. Very, very much, very in that Bhakta Vatsalya mood. And then any vrat, even the smallest, will yield huge results. So it is said, for example, I don't know if anybody of you are working retail. In retail, there's a term called BOGOF, B-O-G-O-F. Anybody know this term?
Buy one, get one free.
Yes, here's somebody who's been working in retail. So buy one, get one free. So here actually is buy one, get 1,000 free. So you chant one round in the month of Kartik. Of course, we chant more than that. We chant 16. But every round is multiplied by 1,000. We all have a spiritual bank account. And in that bank account, these rounds are multiplied by 1,000. So our balance is increasing very, very fast. And that bank account in the spiritual world is unlike the material bank account. Material bank account we all have in the bank account, but in the bank account we put money in, and then of course money comes out when we spend. When we spend money, we write checks, we pay credit card bills. That money comes out. But the speciality of the spiritual bank account is amazing. The spiritual bank account is only one way. It's only one way. All your spiritual credits remain in your account forever. Not just this lifetime, devotees. They remain forever and ever and ever, perpetually. So sometimes people confuse this with Sukriti. Sukriti is different. Sukriti is material gains, material, what's the word for Sukriti in English? Piety, pious credits. So these pious credits are something, they are material. So we can get by giving a lot of charity, by building hospitals, by feeding the poor, all that, by all those activities, we are getting Sukriti, pious credits. And those pious credits will help us improve our material life generally. So either we'll have a much better life this time, or maybe in future we'll be promoted to the heavenly planets and all that. So that is Sukriti. So this is the difference between Sukriti, which will only do material things for you, even up to sending you all the way up to Lord Brahma's planet. But it is still material, and it will end with this body. And of course, when you go to the planets like the heavenly planets, there you can live for a long, long time, much longer than here. There also you have facilities to enjoy 1,000 times more than here. So all that is there. But Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. As soon as the stock of your pious credits is finished, you come down back to the earth. Martya Loka. The earth is called Martya Loka. It's a place of death. So you're there in the heavenly planets where death seems so far away because you live so long, but then you come back to this Martya Loka once that is finished. But so the distinction is that the spiritual bank account remains forever. And that will take you back to the spiritual world, not to just to the material heavenly planets. So this is so even the smallest thing we do, you real huge results. So imagine if we can really focus and do our best and do amazing devotional service. We'll go through the list in a minute, but this, if we do, then we're making our Kartik month very successful. The effects of performing a Kartik Vrat last for 100 lifetimes. Right? So imagine here saying 100 lifetimes, but as I said, the credit remains actually forever. How to celebrate the Kartik Mass? So first thing is daily, as we said, we offer a ghee lamp to Krishna and sing the Dambadaraksa. So if we have time, we will probably sing it today. Normally we sing it from tomorrow, but Dambadaraksa, of course, we can sing anytime. Kartik month, of course, we should sing it daily, maybe twice daily. But at least we can maybe make a start today. So some of you who may have not done this before, you can get a flavor of it. So going to the first point again, whilst we're singing, we should be meditating on the meaning as well. That gives you more potency. Always remember the Supreme Lord. So during this month, do our best to keep remembering Krishna. In our class yesterday, we were speaking about thinking of Krishna all the time. Do your activities, whatever you will do, think of Krishna. I'm doing this for Krishna. I'm doing this for you. Cooking for you. I'm going to work for you. I'm everything for you. This way you try and remember Krishna all the time, especially in the month of Kartik. Chant extra rounds if you can. If you have time, chant extra rounds. Do more kirtan. Hear and discuss Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam every day. So all of us here, very, very fortunate. We're all doing this daily. I'm going to just try and see if I can mute. Yeah. So daily, we're doing this anyway, and we will, of course, throughout the Kartik month, we'll continue reciting our Bhagavad Gita chant. So amazing activity. Imagine how much how much credit, spiritual credit we're getting by doing this. Spread the message of Krishna. Do whatever you can. There are many people who know it's Kartik month, but they don't know what to do. So explain to our friends, our relations, our relatives, explain to them the Mahima of Kartik month and let them also take part in it by offering candles, if nothing else. So spread the message of Krishna. Spread the message of Krishna also means give them books that will help them progress in their lives. Give the Bhagavad Gitas, give them Bhagavatam, give them the spiritual books that we are now, at the moment, we're doing the campaign of Live to Give. We'll speak about that in a minute. But do all that. Very, very powerful. Make nice offerings for Krishna. In this month, don't just make your normal things. Try and see if you can actually make something special for him every day, if you can. Make nice offerings for Krishna. In this month, eat only food that has been offered to Krishna. So in the month of Kartik, generally, devotees generally avoid to go out and eat in restaurants. Devotees who are very serious, who are staunch, they will very rarely go to restaurants. And for example, in our case, even if we have to go to a restaurant because there's some family thing, then we make sure we go only to a pure vegetarian restaurant. But ideal is, of course, don't go to restaurants. But even if you do go to restaurants in other parts of the month, of the year, in this month, we should try and avoid food that's not being offered. That means don't go to restaurants. Yes, you can go to Govinda's if it's open. I'm not sure if it's open. Govinda's, everything there is offered. But not other restaurants, because over there is Kami food. It's not been offered. So in this month, certainly we should only eat food that has been offered. Because the food that's been offered to the Lord is sanctified, and that gives us the nourishment not just for the body, but nourishment for the soul as well. Daily recite Shastakam of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and meditate on its meaning. Most devotees do that just before chanting their rounds in the morning. Shastakam, very, very powerful prayers, the 8 instructions by Lord Chaitanya. Do that every day. Of course, in this month of Kartik, there are other very important festivals coming up. Ankuta, Govardhan Puja. So those things, to observe those festivals very nicely, very opulently. Of course, Diwali also falls in this month. That's why this month is so special. Associate more with devotees. Right now, of course, we are COVID, so we're not associating with people face to face so much. But association like this, this is association. There is how many? There's 55 of us here, and we're all discussing Krishna Katha. So this is wonderful association. So keep doing that. And practice brahmacharya if you can. In this month, try and remain celibate. That keeps you pure. Perform austerities. Think of other austerities. Some people give up their favorite food. Some people make a vow to get up earlier and chant extra rounds. Other people will make a vow to, at least speak to one person every day to preach. So many different things you can do. These are all austerities. These are things that they take you out of your comfort zone. So perform austerities during this month. Very, very nice. Very, very potent. Here are some quotes from Shastras about the glory of the pious month. There's, if somebody performs even a little worship of Lord Sri Hari in this month, he offers the devotee his own abode. He meaning the Lord. If somebody offers a lamp in the temple of Lord Sri Hari, even for a short time in the month of Kartik, then whatever sins he has acquired for millions of kalpas, one kalpa equals to 1,000 yugas, are all destroyed. Very powerful. If a person who for the entire month of Kartik eats only once a day becomes very famous, powerful, and heroic. So this one is a little bit of a material kind of benefit, but just shows you, even if somebody is interested in some material benefits, yes, he can also get that. Eating only once, we say like we say Ekadashi, upas. We say sometimes we do upas like once a day only. We don't have 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day. Then a person who happily reads the Bhagavad Gita in the month of Kartik does not return to this world of birth and death. We were saying earlier, Shine Puni Martalokam Vishanti, but that doesn't apply to somebody who reads Bhagavad Gita in the month of Kartik. And all of us, we will be doing this during the month. We will be joining the chat classes during the month. So we all have this guarantee from the Shastras that we will not take birth again in this world. Of all gifts, the gift of a lamp during the month of Kartik is the best. No gift is equal. The pious result obtained by bathing in all holy places and giving all charity is not equal to 1/10 millionth part of the result obtained by following the vow of Kartik. So traveling to India, going to the holy places, taking bath in the Ganga or Jamuna, all that is fantastic, of course. But imagine how much more powerful following the vow of Kartik is. It is saying all those activities are not equal to even 1/10 millionth part of the result obtained by Kartik. So these are some very, very powerful quotes from the Shastra. And it is not just somebody saying it for the sake of saying it, but these are our acharyas have emphasized these many, many times. So we'll pause here for some thoughts, and then we can perhaps finish with singing the Damodar Ashtaka. Anybody, any thoughts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a question.
Yes.
Why is there a difference between Kartik that we celebrate and Kartik that's, for example, at my mum's calendar, she's Gujarati, Kartik doesn't start yet.
Yeah, so I also noticed somebody recently was saying, because in that calendar, the Kartik month starts somewhere first week or second week of November, right?
After Diwali.
Yeah. So then see, that normally doesn't make sense because Diwali usually falls in the month of Kartik, not after Kartik. So I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure why there's this difference. All I can say is that we follow the ISKCON calendar, and we do know that the ISKCON calendar is prepared by very learned devotees who understand all these tithis and all the grahas and everything to such a degree that even the timings, even sometimes like in that Indian calendar that you're referring to, many times people will have Ekadashi slightly different. It'll be a different day. Have you noticed that? Right? So it's a different day, but our calendar is specifically designed for the place. So the calendar that we have for the manor, all the times and the tithis are according to the time in London.
Yeah.
Right? So now this explains some differences about the 1 day difference between Ekadashi.
But like the weeks, that's what I don't understand. That
these weeks I also understand. I also don't understand. Sorry, Rita Mataji. No, Jai Shri Mataji.
Yeah. No, that's okay. It's always, I always wonder why, because everything else falls right. Purushottam month fell right.
Yes.
It's just always Kartik that's out of sync.
I also don't actually know. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
Anybody on the group know? Palika Mataji, you have some idea?
No, I just thought we use a lunar calendar. I think according to lunar calendar, this is how it falls.
But
lunar Krishna born in a lunar dynasty, so we use lunar calendar. And there are two types of calendar, and our one is lunar calendar.
But Palika Mataji, the lunar and solar calendar is fine. That because the Western countries use the solar calendar, and we use the lunar. But the calendar that Jai Shri Mataji was referring to is also a lunar calendar. It's also from India.
Oh, that I don't know. Thank you.
That's why.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can observation?
Yes, please.
This is Chandra Chaitanya.
Yes, please, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yes, I think sometimes we get this data which is from Gujarat, and that is based on Gujarat timings. But sometimes people here may not be aware that that doesn't apply to the UK. So that's an observation.
Chandra Chaitanya Prabhu, that's a good observation, but that can explain like a 1 day difference in Ekadashis and like that. But it doesn't explain 2 weeks this difference in time. But so something I'm sure it's explained somewhere, but I don't know. I thought about it, but I haven't. What I'll do is I'll try and find out, and if I do have the answer, then I can share it with you.
I have another observation, if okay.
Yes, please.
This year we are extremely fortunate that we had extremely auspicious Purushottam month, and now we're about to enter into the another auspicious, very auspicious month, Kartik. So this is the Lord's arrangement to defeat COVID. The purpose is to increase our faith and defeat COVID. So if we do that, I'm sure all of us will be fast forwarding on the faith.
Yeah, I think that's a very good observation. Let's hope that you are right, Prabhu, that we can defeat COVID just by all the holy names that we'll be chanting in this month, and then to be chanted already in the Purushottam month.
Yes, and I think all of you devotees are doing some wonderful seva by inspiring all the devotees. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your encouragement, Chandra Chaitanya Prabhu, as always.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You know the calendar that Mataji was referring to, where the Kartik falls 2 months, 2 weeks from Purushottam?
Yes, Sandeep Prabhu.
Yes, so those 2 weeks, are they the zero period? Those 2 weeks cannot be zero, so that fundamentally is wrong.
Yeah. So, yes.
It cannot be just a zero period, you know, it cannot be just nothing of 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So there's got to be some explanation why those Indian calendars are showing it differently. But yeah, we can ask Kartik Chandra Prabhu. He is a scholar who would certainly know.
I think it's not only the Kartik. Even if Shravan month is always 2 weeks later.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
It's not only Kartik, it's Shravan as well. We are always 2 weeks ahead of the Indian calendar. ISKCON is 2 weeks ahead.
Okay, yeah, but there's got to be some scientific reason for that, and we need to just try and understand that.
Again, when you say Indian calendar, what do you mean by? I mean, India is such a big country, you know. So there are different publications.
Yes, I think mostly, for example, what Jaishree Mataji is referring to is this, you know, that you have like a little datto, we call it, right? Like a big where you pull off a page a day.
Yeah.
Right? A little round thing which is there, and you pull off a page every day. And these are generally originating from Gujarat or Mumbai, even, right?
Because most of the Pushti mark, we believe in that data rather than ISKCON calendar.
The strange thing is, like Navratri is the same.
Hello.
Shraddha is the same.
Yes.
But then all these other things are different.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So like I say, I don't understand it. We need to find a scholar who can explain it to us.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much.
Prabhuji, one question kind of related to it. What is the month, like Purushottam month was from 18th September to 16th October? And so what is after the Purushottam month? Because Kartik month is starting tomorrow. So what was in the gap, what was the month, the name?
It was Aso month. That was because Navratri started.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Is that a month? I mean, it was.
Yeah, it is. You read that in Indian calendar. You don't read on ISKCON calendar those months.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was after the Purushottam month, what was the gap? And then the Kartik month is starting. So what was the gap's name? So I was just wondering.
Rupa Mataji, so in the ISKCON calendar, it gives that name. But what you're making is also something that came to my mind, because that month seems very short, right? Because whatever month that was between Purushottam and Kartik is only it's less than 15 days or something like that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So there's some explanation needed.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare
Krishna. Prabhuji, there were 2 Aso months, they said. The Aso month was Adhik Mas, and this was the second Aso month, Ashwin month.
Okay.
That's what our Indian other calendar says. And Kartik will start after 12th or 13th of November.
Yes, but see, according to the ISKCON calendar, Kartik is starting tomorrow. That is the whole.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out why. And then, like I say, we need to ask some scholars about the difference in these two calendars. For us, definitely we started all over the world. ISKCON temples will celebrate Kartik from tomorrow.
Prabhuji, can I say something?
Yes,
I think what we are discussing is the Gujarati month, which will Gujarati Kartik month will start after the New Year, after the Diwali. The next day will start Kartik month for Gujaratis, because we start a month after from the new moon's day. So that's so Gujaratis have a different cycle to the rest of India. So in North India, the month starts from Purnima to Purnima. So month cycle is Purnima to Purnima, whereas Gujaratis, they have got Amas as their last day of the month. And I think that's where the discrepancy is.
Oh, see, okay.
So the discrepancy is because of that reason. Everywhere else in India, the month is from Purnima to Purnima, whereas in Gujarat is from Amas to Amas. So it's basically no moon's day to no moon's day.
Oh, okay. So
and that's the reason why we are always finding it that this is the discrepancy arises because of that.
Okay,
there is no, there is no other sort of reason behind this.
I think, okay, thank you for clarifying that. That makes a bit of sense, because like Sandeep Prabhu was saying, when we say India, of course, so many different regions and they all have slightly different ways that they do the calendar. So yes, Gujarat does it slightly differently from
So there are this is the variation in Gujarat.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes,
no problem.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hema Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Just a few things on Kartik. I just wanted to share my realizations. Just to say that it is a very magical month. There's something magical about Kartik, and you experience it as you get into it and you become more serious in your sadhana.
Yes.
I always see it as a jump start to any complacencies I've developed over the year to kind of get out of that complacencies and become more serious in your sadhana. And I always feel that this sadhana, the intensity of our sadhana should be right through the year, but use Kartik as a jump start. I think thinking of Kartik, it could be your last Kartik you're doing it, so do it with that intensity, whatever you do, not for the reward, but just for the pleasure of the Lord.
Hey, Bo, that's so nice. Hema Mataji, that's such a nice realization. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. So nice.
Yeah, I want to share one thing with everybody.
Yes, Shabani Mataji.
This Kartik month is now so close to my heart, because on the day of Govardhan Puja, as I shared with you, like our pet bird left his body in front of the deity Yashoda Damodar, and the lamp was lighting. The pet bird was in my hand, and I just took him as the morning routine to our puja room, and my daughter was going to the school, so our pet bird was in my arm, and I was just telling my daughter, look, today's Govardhan Puja, Krishna lifted the mountain, and I was saying this, and our pet bird, the lamp was lighting, so I was giving the lamp towards our bird, because it was my habit to give him the lamp daily, Krishna lamp day. So the day of Govardhan Puja morning, when I took him in the temple room and I was saying this thing, my last word was like, Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill on the little finger. I was just saying and giving the lamp. And at that time, he just left his body in front of Krishna in the temple room. And offering. And so now this will be like my whole life, this thing. I can't, like, when Kartik month comes, something happened, like I can't control my emotions as well, because the way he left the body, it's with me now.
Yes, I remember you sharing this with me before, and I also remember you sent me a little picture of this beautiful bird as well, your little pet.
Yeah, he was
Thank
like,
you for sharing that. Yeah, so you can see very fortunate soul to be. I remember you telling me that every time you went for the puja, the bird would just automatically come there. They would and sit next to you, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this was a very special soul, and it left in such a special way.
And
So
even
these
he
things,
just want to eat food as well outside the puja room. He used
yeah.
to shout that keep my dish, like the pot he used to eat in. We have to keep it over there, otherwise he will just fly everywhere. No, keep it there, because he never lived in a cage. He was.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So very, very special soul. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Wonderful. So devotees, I think if you don't mind, maybe we should recite. I know it's called quarter to 9. Should we recite the Damodar Ashtakam today, or should we?
Yeah, no, we should. It would be nice.
All right.
Can I sing?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Can I sing that? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Shall I start in that one now, or do we want translation first?
No, we do translation later, as we do in the temple room, so we can start now.
Okay. Sri Damodar Ashtaka, Hare Krishna to everyone. Found in the Padma Purana of Krishna, Vayapayana Vyasa, spoken by Satyavrata Muni in a conversation with Narada Muni and Sonaka Rishi. So we should worship the Lord daily, recite this prayer, known as Damodar Ashtaka. Namami Shram Sachi Ananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Rajamanam Yashoda Piyolukha Ladadavamanam Param Vishtatamathyanta Todrupya Gopya Rudanda Mohare Netra Yugam Rijantam Karam Bhoja Yugamena Santaka Netram Mohosvasakam Patriyenka Kakanta Gavedamodaram Bhakti Padam Idi Swalilabhir Ananda Kunde Swagoshamim Majantam Akhyapayantam Tadiye Sitagneshu Bhakte Chitatvam Puna Premastatam Satavriti Vande Varam Devam Moksham Na Moksham Vadimva Nacha Nivraneha Varisadapiha Idam Deva Puranatha Gopala Balam Sada Mimana Rashtakimanye Idam Tamukham Bhoja Atyantanine Vitam Kuntalam Snekta Rakta Chagopya Mohochumbita Bimba Rakta Karame Manasa Virashtam Alam Lakshalape Namo Devo Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Chalabdi Magnam Kripa Drishti Vrishtyati Dinam Patano Ganesha Mamajam Adiyakshidrisha Kuveratna Jaubada Nritya Tvaya Tve Tvaya Mochita Bhakti Bhajau Kritau Cha Tatha Prema Bhakti Swakame Prayacha Namo Shigraho Mesti Namo Darera Namaste Sudamne Sudipti Damne Tvadiyodarayatha Vishwasya Damne Namo Radhikaya Tve Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Jai Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Jai Yashoda Damodara Yashoda Damodara Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Bhagavati Mataji. Thank you so much. Very nice. So let me just see who can read the translation quickly. Devotees, just stay after the translations. I've got an important announcement to make, so just stay around. We'll quickly read the translation. So, Divya Gaurangi Mataji, you want to read the translation, please? Divya Gaurangi Mataji is not there.
Prabhuji, I can do it.
Yes, please. Yes, thank you.
To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula. Due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound not with ropes but his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokul in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopal in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you, O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, just as the 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narad and made into great devotees by you, in your form as baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give me your own Prema Bhakti. I only long for this, and I have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodar, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sharad Prabhu. It's so nicely recited. Shri Shri Damodarashtakam ki jai. So devotees, I'll just take two more minutes of you, please, if you don't mind. So tomorrow, most of you must have received the email or a message, rather, on the WhatsApp group. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., there's a very special session. This is to do with the Live to Give. This was started in USA. When we're doing book distribution, especially during COVID time, because we can't go out, we can't go on the streets, we can't go door to door. Devotees started this session. So as we know, we're supposed to contact our friends and families, and then make some phone calls and try and see if we can inspire them to either accept Bhagavad Gita for themselves or sponsor them. So tomorrow from 4 o'clock, maybe for half an hour or so, there will be a Zoom session where we can all log in. These are the details on the screen. We can all log in, and although we'll be all muted, but we can make those phone calls at that time. So because it's very, very nice to do it together. So when other people are doing it, we are all doing it at the same time. So spend that same time together with everybody else making that phone call. All we need to do, I was hoping to do an exercise today actually, to actually say, okay, let's for the next 2-3 minutes, look at our phone and make a list of 5 people that we can call, who are spiritually inclined and who can benefit from this, something like that, right? So you can make a list and make that phone call during that meeting. Like I said, you're muted, but you're making the call. But then what will happen is then everybody will come together again after a certain time and share their experiences. So we can learn from each other. We can also take inspiration from how everything is going. So please do join in. It is a nice, for people who haven't done it before, it's a good learning process. It'll be a good experience if nothing else. So I really request all of us here to take part in this call and get involved in this wonderful activity. And if it's the first day for Kartik tomorrow, this is the best thing you can do. Get involved and make an effort to spread Krishna's words to our friends and family. So I'll just remind you about a campaign. Worldwide, we are targeted to do 2 million Bhagavad Gitas. Our goal, I forget the exact number, I believe it's 35,000 Gitas that we want to do in the UK. And we've already started. A lot of you, I do know, have already made the pledges. I know very, very first was Krishnangi Mataji. Even before the campaign officially was launched, she already sponsored. And then I know Hemlata Mataji from Leicester, she already sponsored. She was one of the first ones. So like this, many people, all of you are already involved. But let's try and get involved in terms of spreading it out to at least 10 more families. Let them either take 15 Gitas and give out to their friends or sponsor 15 Gitas. 15, of course, is the minimum, but if somebody is inspired to do more, they can do more. We know that Shavita Mataji, she did wonderful. Within a few hours in one day, she got 10 businesses to take. Most of them took 15, but others took even more. So like that, make the effort. As we were saying, we need to make the endeavor, and Krishna will give us the mercy. So let's try and do that, devotees. I'm so sorry that I took a bit long today. It's almost 9 o'clock now. So thank you all, devotees. Thank you so much for giving me your time, allowing me to speak this wonderful Damodar Katha to all of you to purify myself. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Prabhuji.
Very good. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.